What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now you guys know, whenever I would ever do a best of both worlds video, usually it's good. This one might be another one of those times. So for today's best of both worlds video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new 2022 holiday box, which is a temporary name. We don't know if it's going to be called that or not, but we will find out as time progresses. I am also going to be talking about the Dimension Force World Premiere cards. I don't think I ever talked about those on the channel, so I will be talking about them in today's video. I know that there have been a lot of Yu-Gi-Tubers, Crush Cards, Tomba, I know that MST TV, and I know that Team Samurai X1, Sam, I know he opened up his box just today, just today, but I will be talking about the World Premiere cards, which I think are mostly like, is mostly like one, is like support cards for one archetype. I don't remember. Excuse me. And this first one that I'm going to be talking about is the fact that WWE plans on having NXT go on tour. What's that about? What is that about? So apparently WWE is discussing potential plans for an NXT tour schedule. Also, guys, before I continue, if you guys hear music in the background, I've got the Minute of Forest from Ocarina of Time on YouTube on my Fire Stick. You guys know why. No copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm. But moving on, it's actually been since, in fact, truth be told, NXT hasn't been on tour in quite some time. And apparently, according to Dave Meltzer on his radio show, big shout out, no copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm. There's been more talk. Apparently, WWE has been in serious talks about NXT going on the road. And he said, quote, "There have been talks, and it's not official. But they are probably going to start touring relatively soon." Of course, I heard that last year. There was a time where it was about to happen and they didn't pull the trigger, but it's back in the talking stage and serious talking, and there's seriously ads. Fuck off. Stupid ads. Thank you. And there's, like I said, nothing official, but the belief is that they will be touring. I can't imagine with this crew that they will tour nationally. I think it's probably just the Florida shows, but that's what I was talking about before. Just run a couple of Florida shows, give these people some ring time, get them to learn how to wrestle in a non-TV format, and things like that. And you guys know, or I don't think you guys do know, but WWE was in talks of having NXT go back to Full Sail for the first time in well over for the first time in almost a year. It's been for the first time in 2 years, which is crazy because you guys know the last couple of years NXT had hosted all their shows inside the Performance Center since October of 2020. What it was known as the Capitol Wrestling Center, which made literally no sense. They could have just made it, they could have just called it, the Performance Center, and yeah, but they chose not to. But But as far as their next major show goes, which will be NXT In Your House 3, it has been revealed it'll be held on Saturday, June 4th, which will be the night before Hell in a Cell, which I'm actually excited for. I'm actually excited for that. I don't know, but WWE is talking about the current is about the location of In Your House. I'm assuming they might hold it in Chicago, the same way that they did with Stand and Deliver, which is a possibility. But we'll see. We'll see as the weeks the next couple weeks progress, because as of now there are no matches on the card for Hell in a Cell. There are no matches announced, nothing whatsoever. So I'm assuming that they might wait until tomorrow on Raw to announce what matches will be on the card for Hell in a Cell. By the way, shoutouts to Starbucks for the coffee. Not sponsored, just love Starbucks. Their coffee is incredible. Anyway, yeah, so again, no decisions have been made as to whether or not In Your House will take place inside the PC or in Chicago. Because if they do it outside of the PC on June 4th, then they're most likely going to hold it inside the Allstate Arena in Chicago, which is a possibility, but we don't really know. But other than Stand and Deliver in Dallas, this would be the first show that they've done outside of the PC or outside of Full Sail since NXT TakeOver Portland in February of 2020, which was right around the time that the COVID-19 pandemic actually started. And I know I shouldn't have said COVID-19, but we all know how this works. But yeah, this would be the first time since TakeOver Portland that's taken place outside of the PC. But only time will tell. We don't really know all the details, but we will see as time progresses, as the weeks progress, whether or not it'll take place inside the PC or in Chicago. I think it would be better to host it in Chicago, because you guys know when it comes to NXT in Chicago is one of the most rowdiest arenas with some of the most rowdiest fans you could ever imagine. It is incredible, absolutely insane. But like I said, no decisions have been made yet, so we don't really know exactly. But moving on to some Yu-Gi-Oh news. We have the 2022 Holiday Box, which is a temporary name, and I believe this will be similar to the OCG's Secret Shiny Box that they did last year, which I did talk about all the new cards that were in that set. So if you guys have not seen those videos, I recommend you watch them, because I'm assuming that those new cards plus its reprints might be in this set. And this Holiday Box will be hitting shelves on Friday, November 4th, and apparently each box will be $25 per box, $24.99 per box, $25, which will include a mix of new and old cards, which each box will contain a pack of 70 card sleeves, which will have one of 6 new sleeve designs for either Sky Striker, Mayakashi, or Witchcrafter, and then also 4 packs with 5 ultra rares in each hack. So I'm assuming. So I'm basically So we can basically assume that it'll be the same thing as the Secret Shiny box that they did, that the OCG did last year, which was an incredible set. It was an incredible set. We got to see the new cards, for Sky Striker, Mayakashi, Witchcrafters. In fact, truth be told, I think all three of these archetypes definitely needed that support, because the Sky Striker deck, when it was released in Dark Saviors, the deck was just absolutely mind blowing. It was absolutely broken, and not only that, but the deck just became extremely powerful with cards like cards such as Engage and Upstart Goblin, which Upstart Goblin is Upstart Goblin. That's all I gotta say about that. Now Mayakashi, you guys know Mayakashi is a zombie deck. So with Mayakashi, I'm kind of surprised. I was surprised that we got the new support for them, because Mayakashi was sort of like a rogue deck for the longest time, and then over time, with each YCS, and with each tournament that Konami hosted, it became more and more and more meta, until I think 3 of their cards got banned. I think like maybe 2 or 3 of their cards got banned, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but honestly, I'm excited for this one. I think this could be one of the best side sets of 2022, other than Ghost from the Past, and Untitled Chapter 1. And apparently, according to this, there's gonna be only a select amount of cards that are gonna be in the Egyptian Hieroglyphic Pharaoh's Rare, Ultra Rare rarity. So that's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be cool to see a lot of these cards become, get the Pharaoh's Rare rarity. But I'm curious as to what cards they're gonna be. Now, as far as Witchcrafter goes, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Witchcrafter was kind of an odd one. Excuse me. I'm gonna be honest. The Witchcrafter one, I was not expecting them to get any support at all. But it is what it is. There's really not much to say about this set, but I've pretty much talked about all the cards that are going to be in the set when it was the Secret Shiny box. So there's not much to talk about, but still, I can't wait for the set. I'm curious as to whether or not all the contents will be the same as the Secret Shiny box, or if they're going to switch it up. I'm not entirely sure. But with that being said, we do have the world premiere cards from the set Dimension Force, and I believe it's the Libromancer archetype. It's gonna just a bunch of like brand new weird cards, basically. So let's just get straight into it. So first up, we have Libromancer Fire, which I believe will be a secret rare in the set. It's a 4-star Fire Cyberse with 1800 attack and defense, and it says you can reveal 1 ritual monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Libromancer monster from your deck to your hand, except this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So basically, it's a Cyber Dragon. It's a Cyber Dragon Stratos. Basically, that's all it is. It's a Cyber Dragon Stratos. Probably one of the main combo starters for a Libromancer ritual based deck. So I'm actually excited to see how how far the deck will go as time progresses. Will it be meta? Who knows? Who knows? But next up we have Colonel on C String. I believe it's the name. Yeah, Colonel on C String. I believe it's the name. Colonel. Wow. It's a 4-star light warrior with 1400 attack and 1600 defense. And it says when this card is normal summon, you can special summon 2 level 4 lower warrior monsters with different names from your hand in defense. So it's basically it's as if you're running 2 copies of Marauding Captain, where you can where when it's normal summon, you can summon a warrior to your field from your hand. This is basically that times 2. Not much else is to say about it. If Rongo Minion was legal, this card would basically help you go into your Rongo place, which would be insane. So there's really not much else to say about this card. It just basically helps. It just basically helps you go into your extra deck place, depending on what you want to summon. But next up we have Navy Dragon Mech, which is a 9-star water machine synchro with 2700 attack, 1800 defense, and it requires a tuner and a non-tuner, so generic, obviously. If this card is special summon, you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of tuners in your grave. Negate their effects until the end of the turn. This synchro summon card if the synchro summon card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to your grave, you can target a tuner in your grave, add it to your hand. So this is basically Vermilion Dragon Mech on steroids. Where you guys know with Vermilion Dragon Mech, I believe you get to banish the tuner from your graveyard and pop one of your opponent's cards. This one, instead of popping them, it acts as sort of like a forbidden droplet, so to speak. But you don't have to discard any cards, which is insane. And what's even more crazy about it is that when it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you get to basically activate. You get to basically monster reincarnation one of your tuners back to your hand. There's not much else to say about this card, except this card is going to change how people see it, how people see this card. I think this upcoming format, the summer 2022 format, is gonna look mighty different with this card, in my honest opinion. Next up, we have Patacil Coverture, I believe is how it's pronounced, which is a 5-star Dark Fairy Fusion Pendulum with 1700 attack and 700 defense. Its pendulum scale is 1, and it has excuse me, and its pendulum effect is a once per turn, as is its and I guess as is its monster effect. So its pendulum effect reads: if you have no cards in your other pendulum zone, you can place one face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck in your pendulum zone. You can only use this effect once per turn. So basically, it's a way to help you go into your pendulum plays. You know, just pendulum summon like fucking crazy and just go all out. And my brother just texted me just a second ago. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. There we go. Anyway, yeah. Basically, it just helps. It just basically helps go into, helps you, go into a pendulum summon, and you're able to just combo off from there. It just depends on how you see it, but honestly, just based on the pendulum effect, just based on that alone, it's pretty decent. Its monster effect, as far as it being a fusion monster, it requires 2 pendulum monsters, and its effect reads: if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. So it basically on. Who the fuck am I kidding? This card sucks. I'm just gonna be real. This card sucks. I mean, sure, yeah, you can go into a pendulum summon, but it's just not that good in my honest opinion. Next up, we have Omega Judgment, which is a normal trap, and its effect reads: target 1 face-up monster card in your spell and trap zone, and 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy that. Okay, so a card like this would be perfect for Crystal Beasts, because obviously you have monster cards in your back row. You get to pop them and pop your opponent's and pop 2 of your opponent's cards, which is just absolutely which is just that damn good. But funny enough, it can also work with Dragoonies as well. So I'm pretty sure Cyber Knight is gonna love that card. So not much else to say about that. Next up, we have Backup Team, which is a normal trap, and it says draw cards equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. Then place cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck in any order equal to the number of cards you drew. During the end phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do while this card is in your grave, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use 1 backup team per turn, and only once that turn. So obviously you're drawing cards, but you're basically just fixing your deck. That's all you're doing. You're not keeping the cards in your hand. You're just fixing your deck, and you're to ensure that you top deck a Floodgate, whether it's a Gozen match, or whether it's like a Red Reboot or an Ash Blossom or whatever, or even a Tikenbu, for all we know. But what's even more crazy is that when it's in your graveyard and your opponent has more cards on the field than you do, you can use the effect again. You can use the first effect again just by setting it and wait, just wait a couple turns, flip it up, and you're good to go. But it's okay. It's an okay card, I guess. Next up, we have Libra Mystic Girl. And I'm gonna be honest, judging by the artwork, it looks like something out of Wandering Witch: The Journey of Elena. If you guys did not watch that anime, it's really good anime. But let's see here. It is a 4-star light fairy ritual with 1400 attack and 2100 defense. And it says you can ritual summon this card with a Libromancer card. If this card was ritual summoned by using a monster or monsters on the field, your opponent cannot target ritual monsters you control with monster effects. If this card is special summon, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn, change its attack to 0, and negate its effects. You can only use this effect once per turn. So it's basically an imperm. It's basically an imperm with legs, but it also acts as a shield, so to speak, for all of your other ritual monsters that they may have on board, including this one that I'm going to talk about right now, which is called Libromancer Fire Burst. Which is a 7-star Fire Cyberse ritual with 2800 attack and defense, and obviously you can summon this card. You can ritual summon this card with the Libromancer card. If this card was ritual summoned by using a monster or monsters on the field, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Excuse me. When a monster declares an attack, you can banish 1 Libra Monster or Ritual Monster from your grave. This card gains 200 attack. I mean, a 3000 beat stick and it can deal double damage. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not much to say about that. But it also acts as a Cyber Twin Dragon, where it can make multiple attacks during each battle phase, which is just really good. Not much else to say about it. How many cards do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think? Yeah, I believe so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we have 4 more cards to talk about in this video. And the first of the last 4, we have Libromancer Realized, which is a continuous spell. And it says you can reveal one Libromancer ritual monster in your hand. Special summon 1 fire token, which is a fire Cyburst with 0 attack and defense with the same level as the revealed monster. While you control that token, you cannot special summon monsters except Libromancer monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. So basically, token spamming helps you go deeper into your ritual plays. It can even also help you go into your action deck plays as well, depending on you know, what your board looks like. It all just depends. But basically, it's token spam. It basically just helps you go into your ritual plays. And speaking of ritual plays, we have Libromancer Bonded, which is the ritual spell for the deck. And it says that this card can be used to ritual summon any Libromancer ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If you ritual summon Fire Burst with this effect using Fire Starter on the field, it cannot be destroyed or banished by card effects. So again, this is basically a protection for Fire Burst, which is just absolutely insane. So if you summon Fire Burst with this effect, then basically it just becomes an indestructible force. That's all it does, which is insane. Next up, we have Libromancer Displaced, which is a normal trap, and its effect reads: target 1 Libromancer monster you control and a monster your opponent controls. Return your monster to the hand and take control of that opponent's monster. If your Libromancer monster you targeted was not a ritual monster, the monster you took control of returns to the hand during the end phase. You can only activate 1 Libromancer Displaced per turn. So you have to. So I guess you would have to compulse one of your Libromancer ritual monsters in order to just snatch steal one of your opponent's monsters, which isn't too bad. Oh, cloudy. Guys, if you guys see no light on this side of my face, that's because it's pretty cloudy outside, and right now it's apparently going to be going on into the 80s a little later today, which is just insane. It's insane, and we're not even and it's not even summer yet, but it is getting to that point. But anyway, in order for you to get the snatch steal effect, you would have to compulse your, I'll say your Mystic Girl, let's say, as an example, snatch steal one of your opponent's monsters, and then if you have a bunch of monsters that were summoned from the extra deck, including the one the monster you snatch steal, you can easily go into the Crusadia Abramax, which is yet another interruption on board, which is just crazy. So not too bad. I'm actually impressed with this deck. And then last but not least, we have Libra Master Prevented, which is a continuous trap. And it says, if you control a Libra Master monster, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls. This turn, that face-up monster cannot be used as material for a fusion, synchro, exceed, or link summon. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn during the end phase, if you control no Libra Master ritual monsters, send this card to the graveyard. So, basically, it's a dimensional barrier, but in a continuous trap form, which is just insane. There's not much else to say about it. It's basically a floodgate. That's all it is. It's a broken ass floodgate, and there's not much else to say about it. But that brings me to the question of the day. What do you guys think will be the main event of NXT in your house 2022? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more Best of Both Worlds videos, which don't happen often, but when they do happen, they're usually pretty good. But if you guys do want to see more of those videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and Instagram. The links will be in the description below. And as always, if you guys want to send me fan mail and you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.